Welcome back to Intro to Presentations. This is Module 11, and we're focusing on the final piece of our presentation course, delivery. And today's lecture is on the art of being completely present, and I'll also suggest that you look at some TED Talk links as well. I will provide those links in a non-narrated version that you can connect on through Teams. Let's begin. So we always look at three questions. That's how my presentations are structured. And those three questions are what are we talking about? Why is it important? Why does it matter? Why should you care? And then how does it work? Perhaps in this case, what are some delivery techniques or things to keep in mind when you're focusing on improving your presentation delivery? First, what? What do we mean by being completely present? Well, have you ever had a conversation with someone who seems preoccupied? Maybe a boyfriend or girlfriend or a partner that you just doesn't think is fully there, not listening and contributing? Being present is about being here in the here and now. Have you ever endured a speaker or presenter who's not fully engaged with the audience nor the topic? What happens? Everybody's falling asleep, right? It's not good for the presenter and it's not good for the audience. A complete lose-lose situation. So why? Why is being completely present when making presentations important? Why do we care? Well, like a good conversation, a good presentation requires your full presence at that time and that place. That's the point of being in here and present now. A good present is fully committed to the moment, committed to being there and engaging the audience. And we'll talk more about audience engagement as we move through the delivery phase of presentations. A famous conductor, Benjamin Zander, has talked about the conductor of an orchestra doesn't make a sound, but he has great power and he has the ability to inspire others. So when you present, you are like a conductor. You can make others powerful. You can educate them and you can inspire them. TED Talks are interesting. TED Talks are ways to spread ideas, hopefully good ideas, but they're also good examples of presenters who are completely present. And I'll give you a few to consider going forward and outside this presentation to go back and review on your own. But how do great TED Talks work? How do TED speakers deliver great presentations? A TED Talk presentation is supposed to be the presentation of your life. But how do they make it look easy and natural? And how can you apply these principles and practices to your own presentations? Interestingly, Susan Cain gives a presentation on the power of introverts and how introverts make great leaders and great presenters. So in this presentation, I hope you can pick up some tips from Susan on how to be a great presenter and also a great leader in the future, even if you view yourself as an introvert. That's not necessarily a weakness. It could be a real positive and help you present better and lead better. In another presentation, Leslie Morgan Steiner talks about domestic violence and why domestic violence victims never leave. It's a powerful presentation and a very personal presentation, and you can see how she's engaged with the topic and hopefully how that overflows into the audience. Malcolm Gladwell talks about choice, happiness, and spaghetti in this presentation. And I think we can learn a lot from Malcolm Gladwell's presentation. And I'll talk about a tip that Gladwell gives in terms of how to deliver presentations more effectively. So how? Let's look at 3 delivery tips. Going back to Benjamin Zander, that great conductor, he says, in the measurement world, we set a goal and we strive to achieve it. When you do presentations, I often say, what's your goal or what's your one takeaway? What do you want the audience to remember? Just one thing. And Zander goes on to say that in the universe of possibility, we set the context and let life unfold. And context is really important in a presentation. You need to tell a story. So for those that are musicians, presentations in many ways are a story. And for those of you who play an instrument, you're often telling a story through your music. Presentations are a verbal and often visual story that's being told. And it's important to set a proper context. Gladwell, who I referenced earlier, says this about delivery and presentations. Practice isn't the thing you do once you're good, it's the thing that you do that makes you good. So practice like crazy. The more you rehearse, the more confident you'll become, and the easier it will seem to you and also to the audience. Practice, practice, practice. And know that when you present, stuff happens. And sometimes things get twisted up in ways that you didn't imagine, and it's easy to get anxious and concerned. But plan well, remain flexible, knowing that stuff will happen in life and during presentations, and be open to the possibilities. Every presentation is a performance. Contribution and being in the moment is important. Be present. That's my main takeaway, my goal for this presentation. Let's preview what's up next. In next class, you'll take the quiz on Manaba like you always do from 3:40 to 3:55. And then we'll meet on Teams for a quick preview and briefing. And then you will go off in teams and start to think about your final, and this will be a team presentation on the last day of class, and what your topic will be, or at least start to draft and think about what your topic will be for your final team presentation. Then we'll meet back on Teams from 4:45 and we'll do a quick debrief on those draft presentation topics. So that's it for today. Be present and look forward to seeing you on Teams soon. Take good care. Stay healthy. Thanks.